Welcome to Call Coaching Patrick, the Fantasy Football Podcast. This week we have a special guest, Mr. Ostin Starler.
What's up, guys? Hello.
And we're gonna go over our top wide receivers and running backs for the fantasy football season 2021, baby.
Ooh, it's coming up, baby. 1 week away.
It's so close.
Best day of the
I'm
year.
so excited.
Best day of the fucking year.
I mean, Matthew Berry says every time you mock draft, it's the best day of the year because it is the best day of the year.
I mean, yeah, it's so much fun. We're golfing this year too.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's on Saturday too.
Saturday we can just draft all night, take our time. We're not rushed. Nobody has to go to fucking work the next day.
It's gonna be a beautiful thing.
It's gonna be a great day. The best day.
The best.
The best day.
Yeah,
Best day of the
it's gonna be pretty fun.
Yeah.
So I wanted to start off. I know you haven't watched Hard Knocks. Paul and I are caught up. You know, second episode came out, and I think the star of the episode is Aiden Durd. I think it's Durd. It's pronounced Durd. He's a former NFL player for the British. I don't know whatever. He's a British guy, and it's very weird hearing a British man. Coach players. He's like, get over here. You don't know what's
So
doing
he's
that.
He's a coach.
He's a defensive line. He's a defensive line coach, and he's British, and he played in Britain's league, and then was on two teams. I believe it was the Falcons and the Panthers.
I think he went to the Panthers and then the Falcons.
And he was a lineman.
Yeah, I believe linebacker actually.
Okay.
He wore 54. He never made an NFL team, but he started it with the Falcons. As an assistant coach, worked his way up, and is now the defensive line coach for the Dallas Cowboys. And as a British guy, like you don't expect it. And Jerry Jones talked about this. He's like, oh well, you walk over and you think you're gonna hear like this brooding voice, and it's just it's a guy who sounds like Winston Churchill. It's like, oh, I hear Winston Churchill, and he just takes command of the defensive line. They joke with him. I forget the defensive lineman who was making fun of him, and then he walks in.
Doing a British voice, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, coach." Like they wouldn't even get it.
I'm sure they fuck with him so hard. Oh,
yeah,
man.
it's very odd hearing a British man.
Yeah, but it's awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
There are also two players. Don't know the players, but they're like, "Do you have they're from the not the United States, and they're like, do you ever think we'd be here? Like they're in preseason games."
Oh yeah, the guys who never played in college football.
Yeah.
Onset played in college, but he hadn't known the game. Once they started college.
No, but they came here from different countries, but I don't think they actually played college football.
They never even played college football.
Yeah.
They just they're just
their size and they were coached and
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting moment, and they both. I mean, the preseason game for Callis and
the Cardinals.
They each have
the
one.
Cowboys,
Yeah, it's very odd. But so sticking on Cowboys, I guess. Dak. I don't know if you saw this. That Schefter reported that he might not be healthy this whole season, and I did
not see that.
I don't want to quote the exact thing, but the injury could stay him around this whole season. And that he might not be ready to go.
I mean, that's great. That's crazy because earlier reports before preseason started were that he was good.
Yeah,
and that you could even see him in the preseason.
It's pretty.
It's his shoulder.
Yeah, well, I mean, his shoulder, his ankle. It's a mixture of both.
I know
I don't think they want to really push him too far. That's the thing. They don't want to push him into another injury.
I think it might just honestly be the strain, and again, this could be a thing that lingers. But I mean, Tom Brady played last season with a torn MCL the entire season.
It's Tom Brady though.
They won the Super Bowl. Dak Prescott has made some fantastic throws, and as long as he's got like 95% of his arm strength.
Right.
It's.
But I mean, a major part of his game is being mobile too. Like he can get out of the pocket and throw the ball too, and if his ankle's fucked up still, that can definitely play a part. Or even if it's in his head, that it could get fucked up again.
I am kind of concerned that they said we're probably not going to see him in the preseason.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that would make sense. I mean, why?
I would at least
3 games.
I would. It is 4 games, and usually the third game they play until halftime. But like, it's still concerning coming off the ankle. I want to see him in live reps. You're not allowed to hit the quarterback. That was a point of emphasis Azayu,
Kamara. Is it?
Kamara.
Yeah.
Kamara. Yeah. He came off the edge and hit
Mr. Backup #1 there.
Yeah.
Whatever. I
I think it
don't
was the Nushi, maybe.
It might have been the Nushi.
But like he hit him, and like that's a point of evidence. You don't touch the quarterback in practice, and he hasn't.
He's cut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. He's still on there. He understood. He was like, I got pushed into him. It was a whole thing. But
because there was another dude that hit a receiver in the head, and they got cut from the team.
Yeah.
During practice, I know that happened. But that's okay.
God, I forget where that's from.
Is it Carolina?
You have to get kind of
conscious. Oh yeah, it was a safety.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a safety. Yeah, he was a defensive back. Yeah, and he hit. It was like a targeting hit.
Yeah.
I think it's. I mean, it's really strongly emphasized everywhere. Like from little league to anything. If you're doing practice, you're not touching the quarterback. Yeah. You know, you're like not touching their hands, not touching their head. You know, not hugging them. You know,
different color jersey for a reason.
But don't look at them. Don't look at them.
That's my point. Is like he hasn't seen any live reps since the ankle injury, since he got caught off the field. So and I'd like to see him
in a game where he knows that he shouldn't be hit or even touched.
Yeah. They also they did pay him, so he's an asset. But I'm thinking what this report is saying is that they don't want to push him too far and into another injury where he's just tumbling into injuries. Right. You know, and
he was on his way to an MVP season.
Yeah,
he at top 3 at least.
We talked about this. 3 out of the 4 games he ended up like completing over 450 yards passing.
Yeah, it's insane.
I mean, that defense was awful, but like,
because the defense was awful.
But their receiving core is insane.
You could argue that offense got even better, and if their offensive line could stay healthy, because again, we mentioned this: Lyle Collins, Zach Martin, and Tavon Smith missed a combined 36 games.
That's a lot of games.
That's 12 per each one of them.
Right.
So, if those guys can stay healthy, Zeke can run the football. This offense can be deadly and scary.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So
it's always with them. It's always about their defense. Is their defense going to show up or not? And they had a good draft for defense, right?
Oh yeah, they drafted all defensive players, which was the first time in their history. Which
They needed help there.
I like Dak. That's the only reason. I like Dak. Other than that, I'm not really interested in the Cowboys anyways. I like Dak and I like CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, and I like maybe a Dudley this year.
Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper's cool too. Yeah.
And if Amari Cooper stays healthy, man, like,
right?
He has those.
He's a PPR machine. Is what he is.
Yeah.
He gets he catches the.
I feel like every Thanksgiving he goes for 200 yards.
Yeah.
They play on Thanksgiving. He just goes for 200. Like it's as sure as the sun rising in the east, honestly.
Yeah.
So CeeDee Lamb did have a pretty spectacular catch in Knox in practice, and one-handed grab
in the back corner of the end zone.
He caught that. He caught
that. I'm trying to think of my team name this year, and honestly, he might have given me my best because we're in a keeper league, and we can talk about our keepers. But he's gonna be my keeper, and
that's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, you have a choice between two great.
I got Stephon Diggs and Antonio Gibson. So I mean, like, I can't complain about that. But I really like CeeDee Lamb this year. I really like him.
But he was like, I always had to have good smells around me. He's like, I got candles on candles on candles. He's like, I'm high on smells. It's like,
dude, he doesn't
100%. That's gonna be my team.
He has like a baby face. I didn't think.
Oh yeah.
He looks like a kid, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he is young.
He is. I mean,
but he looks like a 16-year-old that's like 6'4", you know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Anyway, so they had a joint practice in this Hard Knocks episode, and Mr. A little bit of Aaron Donald got a little bit of a
with Senator Connor Williams from Texas. Second year.
Did we get to see some Stafford too?
Oh, we got to see a glimpse of Stafford walking on the field, and then one play, and I don't know. I think he got sacked. You know, it was like they didn't touch him, but he, and then threw the ball. But not really any
they have a lot of fights in these joint practices, and I like that because I want to see aggressive play.
So speaking of the fights, they had a big fight between the Giants and the Browns.
Yeah.
That was they had pictures of it, and Sterling Shepard.
Always. Sterling Shepard's always in some shit.
Yeah, and it's Troy Hill, and Troy Hill apparently was bitching down to Sterling Shepard because I mean he looks a little bit smaller in the pictures, and like it kind of looks jokingly the pictures they took, but like
you know they weren't. Yeah, they weren't.
They showed one when Troy Hill had his arm extended, and you see Sterling Shepard ducking. And I was like, that's pretty good, man. You know, you could be a boxer, dude.
Yeah, but being a little heated. Matt Stafford thing. He's looking very skinny, dude. He's skinny. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's looking skinny the last few years, but I mean, just especially.
Interesting.
But
I wonder if it's a much different style, like strength and conditioning that they have over in with the Rams.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just losing a bunch of weight.
Yeah. I mean, he still has the arm, which is ridiculous. I don't know how.
It sucks because I love Stafford, but.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna have a good career. The rest of his career in LA, and LA's a pretty nice place.
Yeah, and I love that he's just like he ended up fucking keeping his home here. He's like, nah, I'll be back.
Yeah,
like this is home for him, which is pretty cool because he's not even from here.
Yeah,
but
I mean, who wants to go to Georgia? Anyway, Aaron Rodgers. Just a little talk. We might talk about him with our top receivers list and running backs too. But Aaron Rodgers, he said he would have totally taken the Jeopardy job if it was offered to him. And then we have Mike Richards. He just stepped down because of the backlash of something. He was supposed to be the guy that's actually taking over.
Is Aaron Rodgers?
No, yeah, he did not. Aaron Rodgers wanted the Jeopardy job. He didn't want to
instead of playing football.
He does not want to play football. And I mean, I don't blame him at all. He's gonna make millions of dollars a year. He doesn't have to do.
He's already proven himself. It's not like
exactly.
I mean,
he's not gonna catch up to Brady in rings. Let's face it. He won't. Like so. What? Why? He's proven everything else.
He's gonna be a cat. He's got a Super Bowl ring. That's some damn arena can't even say.
Yeah.
So
exactly. So
if Jeopardy wants to keep getting guest hosts until this football season's over,
that would be insane.
I mean,
and he did it. Didn't he do a pretty good job? I heard that he did a good job.
He did a decent job. Yeah. I was surprised actually. I was like, it's Aaron Rodgers.
Wasn't one of the questions about him too? And the fucking somebody messed it up. I'm pretty sure there was a question about him, and they somehow messed it up.
Thanks for that. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Anything else you guys wanted to bring up on this kind of little topics we had this week?
I do want to say that I hate that I'm not trying to say that the Lions are going to be amazing this year or anything. I promise you I'm not saying that, but I hate how much backlash we're getting for a preseason football game. Like Dan Campbell is getting a lot of hate for his time management. And where it was clear that he's doing these plays for film purposes and getting the team down to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
That's what the fucking preseason is for. Like that, especially this year.
Yeah.
Where there's a game added. There's like it's
first time head coach.
Yeah.
First time doing
this is a preseason game. Obviously, in a regular season game, he wouldn't have done what he did.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. I just wanted to say that. Like, don't hate on him for that. If it's a regular season game and that happens, judge them all you want. But that is not something.
Yeah, that's what the preseason's for. It's for practice.
Like, people are saying like that he should be fired for this. Like, what, dude? Are you kidding me? Already? Like, what do you mean?
Game in the NFL.
It's.
Let's give them a shot.
So that's all I want to say. I'm not trying to say that the Lions are going to be amazing. I'm not trying to say, they're going to win. Like, no, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying just give him a chance to do what he's trying to do there.
I mean, we gave Matt Patricia 39 games.
Yeah.
We can't get Dan Campbell.
Should not give him more.
I get it. That's what's making it. It's a touchy subject right now because of that. And anything that any coach does that kind of reminds you of that, it brings it out in the fans. You're like, oh my God, not again.
Yeah.
And the time management issue was the issue with Caldwell as well, right?
Yeah.
Like that was pretty much the only complaint that they had was his time management skills.
Yeah.
Other than that, the
locker room
was 100% with him.
Yeah.
Obviously, that wasn't the same for Patricia. He was basically hated by everybody. They just stopped playing for him pretty much.
He was trying to be a nice Patriots, And there was a respect that Belichick has that he'll never get.
Yeah.
He'll never get. He would never get.
Ever.
All right. Well, let's start these wide receivers, baby. we'll give the guest her the number one spot. Go ahead.
All
Take
right,
it off.
I mean, to me, okay, I know you guys already talked about Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is the number one pass catcher in this draft.
Yeah.
Period. There is not a better receiver, tight end, running back that's going to be a better pass catcher than that man. He is number one in my eyes. But the number one wide receiver, I think, is pretty clear, and I think it's Davante Adams. You have Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball. Davante Adams is he is a human highlight reel. He does what he needs to do. He scores a lot of touchdowns. It's a clear number one for me. He gets up to 10 receptions a game. That's 10 points alone. I think it's pretty easy for me to say that Davante Adams is number one.
PPR machine, as long as he stays healthy, because he wasn't healthy 2 seasons before. I don't know. I was told I should draft him, but
he does get minor injuries pretty like at least once a season. I feel like he does.
Having 40-some point games.
That's what I'm saying. Like even if he gave you 7 games, he gives you a chance to win those 7 because of the points he's scoring.
Yeah.
It's.
I also have him as number one. I don't know about you, Paul.
I do as well. Some stats on him: 115 catches last year. He had 13,074 yards and 18 receiving touchdowns on 149 targets.
What is that? Just about 10 targets a game. Just about.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
That's what that's PPR fantasy football god.
No, I want to say that's they have an established running game in Green Bay, and that does open up the field for him with Aaron Jones. I know they don't have Jamal Williams.
That's true.
Jamal Williams, but Dylan, he's looking he's huge.
And honestly, what it comes down to is they have Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So whatever receiver there is, they're a threat because you have Aaron Rodgers.
They bring back Randall Cobb, who knows Aaron Rodgers.
I really like it.
Rapport that is really important to have between a receiver and a quarterback, and then you have Bella Scantling on the outside going opposite of him.
You can't double team Davante Adams every single play.
No,
or you're gonna busted someone.
No, and Tonian.
Yes,
Rogers loves
Is the Lizard Man there still?
Lazard. Is he still there?
Yeah, I mean he's sneakily good.
I'm telling you, if you're a wide receiver for Aaron Rodgers, you're sneakily good.
Yeah,
like that's just it.
It's crazy.
Same with Patrick Mahomes. Like they just make receiver. Yeah, they just make it happen. Yep, I agree. So we're all on the same page.
Yeah, we're all on the same page. Davante Adams, you see him picking.
All right.
All right, Paul, take off number 2, baby.
My number 2 is Tyreek Hill, and this guy had 87 catches for 1,276 yards, 15 receiving touchdowns. That was second in the NFL. The Chiefs, man,
big play machine.
The offense is ridiculous, and Tyreek Hill is he's unstoppable. There aren't many people who can accelerate to about 22 miles an hour in the world, and he's one of them. And it's scary to watch him. It is scary,
especially in leagues that have like we do the big play bonuses.
Yeah.
That he is. He's the best at that.
I mean,
he's number one at that.
You watch him against Tampa the first time they played, 200 yards in the first quarter.
In the first quarter, that was insane. That shit was insane.
Yeah, that was.
I played Brian that week, and I remember he scored 199 points, and I had 220, and I like in any other week.
Anybody else? Any other week that 190 points wins you a game, but.
All right, so I did not have Tyreek as number 2. I had Mr. DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, I think Kyler Murray is just settling into who he is and how great of a player he is and is going to be. And having DeAndre Hopkins, one of the most elite pass catchers
second year in this offense
of our time, you know, he's spectacular catches. It's just like, he's not overwhelming in size. He's not the fastest guy, but he can catch any ball thrown to him. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And with this offense, just the way it is, it's gonna blow up. I'm just telling you, DeAndre's he's gonna do well. I have him as number 2. I know that's a little high, and some people are like, oh, that's ridiculous, but
okay.
I just think he's gonna blow up this year, honestly.
Okay. Well, with my number 2, I've pretty much completely joined Patrick and jumped on the bandwagon of the Bills. I think that Josh Allen is the fucking real deal. He is the real. Like he is the top quarterback in my opinion this year. Like just everything. Like he is the real deal, and he had the best thing. The best thing to have with a quarterback is familiarity, and he has that with Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs. I mean, he had over 10 receptions, and I don't know how many games. I didn't look that up. Yeah. But I mean, he basically guaranteed you 10 receptions, 100 yards, and possibly a touchdown. Sometimes 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs this year. Just watch out. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. So I have Stephon Diggs as my number 2 receiver.
Yeah. And I mean, the other receivers there, give
Beasley and they have. Didn't they get somebody this year?
You know what? You know what's crazy? Tre'Davious White.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So Tre'Davious White was the NFL Network does like a top 100.
Yeah.
Of every year, and they asked him straight up, who would you rather cover? Stephon Diggs 1-on-1 or Cole Beasley 1-on-1? He said Stephon Diggs, and that's insane,
that's crazy dude.
To me.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Cole Beasley.
So I just told you about Cole Beasley.
So I remember
this shifty motherfucker.
Yeah, the specific play where he's just running a crossing route, and he does this one stutter step where he drops the leg back just in the.
Yeah,
just like that, and then boom.
Yeah,
he's completely he's 5 steps ahead of this other guy. Just with a little shuffle of his hips, he's gone. And it's just ridiculous how fast that guy is.
And the fact that you said that right there, meaning that people are gonna try and sometimes double team Cole Beasley. You leave 1-on-1 with Stephon Diggs, then what? Then what? Then it's you throw the ball up to him, and Diggs is probably gonna catch the fucking ball.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I like Stephon Diggs at number 2. Again, this is the receivers. There's so fucking many good receivers this
ridiculous.
year.
It is ridiculous.
And again, I'm basing it a lot on PPR. I think PPR is a big thing.
Yeah, we're basing PPR.
And that's standard leagues now. PPR.
Yeah,
the PPR. The Stephon Diggs pretty much guaranteeing me 10 receptions or at least 10 targets. Like it's Sorry.
So at number 3,
they did pick up Emmanuel Sanders. They picked
up.
Okay.
That's another threat. Another threat. The Bills are legit this year. That's it. They were last year.
Super Bowl run. Yeah. They didn't think, honestly. A lot of the people were like, "Oh, Bills aren't. They might make the playoffs." But like, as far as they went, they're like, "Okay, this is pretty good."
Yeah, I want to see the Chiefs and Bills again.
They're making their Super Bowl run this year.
I agree. 100%. I would agree.
At number 3, I have Stephon Diggs because the same reason before mentioned. I mean, Josh Javelin's my keeper. I love the Bills now. I mean, he's
if
I have to make love to a man, it's gonna be Josh Allen.
I mean, he's legit, and I still can't get over the fact that Paul, before this motherfucker was drafted, just when his last season ended, Paul was like, Josh Allen is going to be an amazing quarterback in the NFL. He called it from day one. I promise you.
Again, you just go watch the Wyoming tape. Go watch his Wyoming. It's ridiculous.
I just want to have a little side note. Josh Rosen was released, and he is free agent, and he was drafted before Josh Allen. And, people were upset.
Actually, he was drafted.
After
three picks after Josh
Allen. After Josh Allen.
But he was expected to go before Josh Allen.
Yeah. And so people were upset that Josh Allen was picked
before Rosen.
Yeah, exactly.
Best move ever.
Yeah.
But just a little side note on there. Your number 3.
My number 3, I'll be sticking around, and like I said, the only reason why he's not number 2 is the PPR thing. Tyreek Hill is more known for his big plays. He doesn't often get as many receptions. That's more of Travis Kelce
feel like
thing.
So often you just see him in motion because
he's a fucking distraction first off, and then when he feels like it, boom, run the big play, and there you go. So that's basically the only reason why I put Diggs ahead of Hill is because of the PPR. Tyreek Hill would be my number 3. Patrick Mahomes, the big play bonus is a huge thing in our league. And as long as Tyreek Hill is healthy, he's going to make a play at some point during the game. So he will never bust for you. He won't get you 0 points unless he gets hurt. He'll never bust. So Tyreek Hill is my 3.
My 3rd is DeAndre Hopkins, and this is because 115 catches last year, 1,407 yards, only 6 receiving touchdowns, but was targeted 160 times. That's second most in the NFL. This is the second year And Kyler Murray needs to take a big step up. Yesterday he didn't look good. In a little action we saw him in, but I mean it's the preseason.
Preseason. Let it get all the rust out. Get all the rust out then. Yeah.
And it's like
that's the best time to have bad games.
Yeah.
Best time to make mistakes.
So I mean, if this team now they have AJ Green, Christian Kirk has to step up. He has to step up. Like if he doesn't step up, this offense could be mediocre. But if he does step up, this offense could be one of the best in the NFL. It really could. Because that is a dangerous slot receiver. And now he's in the position to be a slot receiver. Because AJ Green's on the outside. Now AJ Green stays healthy.
Yeah,
that's
AJ
good.
Green's staying healthy. The point I wanted to make with AJ Green is that now he's on a team that actually has potential to do something. I mean, it's hard being on a team. You can look at Calvin Johnson, for instance. I mean, he was working his butt off, but like how much harder would he have worked if he would have known, hey, I could have gotten the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh fuck yeah!
I mean,
and look at his best seasons were the seasons where we made it to the playoffs, and we're that's because he wanted to fucking win. They were like, we have a chance here. I'm gonna fucking show out.
I mean, his 2012 was ridiculous. He had 122 catches that year. That was his 1900 yard season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We broke Jerry Rice's record.
Did we make the playoffs that year?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think so.
But that was 2011. But he thought we could.
He thought we could because we're coming off a good season.
Yeah. So I'm hoping AJ Green. I mean, I think he still has a little glimmer of.
I like AJ Green, but I think he's done.
He might be.
He is 32 years of age. That's the thing that concerns me.
And not just that, but his injuries.
Yeah.
It's just he's too old.
Yeah. You're not the same person you were when you were 22.
Yeah. And AJ Green was fantastic.
But every NFL player is working through injuries. Exactly.
But maybe... I'm trying to do this where it's the injuries are not like, I can't be like, well, he gets injured. Oh, well, what if he get not? I'm trying to say, all right, who are the best without the injuries involved at all?
Yeah.
So it's
I just
everybody.
want to make the little point. He might want to work through the injuries instead of just being on the
side. That's true. That is a good point.
It's a potential.
Why risk getting hurt again when I'm on a team who's winning 3 fucking games? That is actually a really good point. I like that point a lot. I like that's true. I never thought about that. Yeah. That's a good point.
Especially with Burrow going down halfway for the season.
Yeah, I mean there was no hope for that team. Yeah. There was no hope. That's a very good point. That is.
I think I started off at the 3. So if you want to.
So my 4 and 5 are probably gonna surprise a few people, but I there's something about this guy. I think he's taking over a role of a man who was a fantasy god, and he's shown that he can do it with him there anyways. Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley is my fourth wide receiver because I'm not as familiar with his stats. I'm as much. You might be able to cover it a little bit more when you get to him. But yeah, I have a feeling that he is taking that role of Julio Jones, and he had the perfect mentor for that.
I'm enamored with his production, considering how much time Julio missed last year.
Exactly.
And like the fact that there was, Russell Gage.
Yeah.
Russell Gage is your number 2.
That's what I'm saying. Like he proved to everybody that even without Julio Jones and without people keeping an eye on Julio and keeping it.
And now they have Kyle Pitts. And
yes,
it's like
Kyle Pitts is goal. It's the same thing. You gotta cover Kyle Pitts like you covered Julio.
That's a young Travis Kelce.
Young Travis. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Faster.
So I think Calvin Ridley has a huge season again this year. I really do. So yeah, he's my 4.
Yeah, I totally get that.
I like it.
My 4 is Stephon Diggs, and it's crazy. I understand that.
But it's reasonable.
You read out the stats: 127 catches, tops in the NFL. 1,535 yards, tops in the NFL. He had 8 receiving touchdowns and 166 targets. That's tops in the NFL.
That's more than 10 targets a game. That's insane.
Yeah,
that is insane.
Tops in the NFL in all of those categories except for touchdowns, which is ridiculous.
And he gets his points made up from all of his fucking receptions. Yeah, like that's it.
If they can run the football, which God, let's hope.
That's their only issue. Yeah, that's their only issue right now.
I mean, Diggs should just be consistent for you. If you have Diggs, if you can get Diggs, awesome. Have fun. You're gonna enjoy him.
Yeah, and I will enjoy him as my keeper. Well, one of my options. I have 2 options. It's hard. It is hard.
Yeah. At my number 4, I have Tyreek. that boy fast. He's really fast. And
He's fast.
he's just on the best team in the NFL. I mean, what else can I say about this guy? You know, I mean, he's not the biggest guy, but man, he's fast. And he just gets open. You know, and he'll get you. He'll get to those.
I mean,
receptions,
do you guys remember the Monday Night Football thing where they showed the 100 meter, and they showed him in high school 18, and they showed the line.
Yeah.
And he would have finished like third in the world.
It's insane, dude.
Like, and that's a football player at 18 years old. He's not even fully developed at that point. And
it's crazy.
Now he is, and he's at his peak. And this is a guy who's scary. He should scare the living hell out of every defensive coordinator. If he doesn't, you're a fool.
Yep. I totally agree. I mean, that's the thing. Like that's where his big play thing is. It's almost guaranteed in a game. Yeah. Like when he wants to, he just puts out. He just goes straight. He just fucking a little bit, and that's it. Like he's gone. Yeah. So it's pretty crazy to think that he can pretty much, when he wants, run down the field, and he has at least a 50% chance of getting that ball.
Yeah, and they have other speedsters. They have Robinson out there.
They're
they
full
have
of speedsters.
Hardman. Yeah, obviously Kelsey. We've talked about Kelsey extensively.
Yeah.
But like, this is a crazy offense. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. I don't think you can doubt that. I mean, they're nitpicking him from yesterday. The Byron Murphy interception.
Oh my God! With the fucking preseason shit.
Yeah,
bro. I swear, bro.
They're nitpicking him, but like he's gonna look at that on tape and he's gonna learn from his mistake. That's what Patrick Mahomes does. He's gonna.
They probably called a play that they were like, you know what, fuck it, let's just go. Like it's just like there's so many things that could have been the case.
Works,
yeah,
you know?
Like they could have been like, all right, there's a 95% chance you're gonna throw an interception here, but fucking try it anyways. Let's see if it works. Like that's the preseason makes me mad when people get upset about it. Like wait till the regular season starts.
I mean, people upset because he had McCole Hardman on a hook route.
Right, he had an open target.
But
right.
he had to step up, and he didn't feel comfortable, and it's understandable.
Again, though, the coach could have told him, look, no, throw it where you you know what I'm saying? Like
he does not trust his tackles right now, and that's kind of a concern.
That's a concern.
But like at the same time,
he got beat up at the end of last year.
Yeah. At the same time, like once he develops that kind of chemistry with his offensive line and starts to trust him more, it's gonna be fine. People need to stop freaking out about Patrick.
The only contender right now with being the best quarterback in the NFL is Josh Allen. Josh Allen is right there with him. I think.
You know what? I would disagree with that because Aaron Rodgers is coming off an MVP season, man.
I
said this to
Aaron Rodgers is okay. Cool. Are we talking fantasy quarterback or regular quarterback in general?
Both.
See, fantasy, I don't agree. Regular quarterback, I agree. You know what I'm saying?
He had 40 touchdowns, and that's like his probably
but
like.
They're also always ahead in games, and he doesn't get many yards. Josh Allen threw the ball how many fucking times last year?
How many yards are they scrambling for?
Exactly. You know? That's the thing. Josh Allen, fantasy wise, the only person that comes close to Mahomes. It's I mean, honestly,
1 and 2.
They're interchangeable fantasy wise, but yes, I mean, obviously Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady is gonna be Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You know, like it's. Yeah. Okay, so that was 4.
Yeah, that was 4. Paul you're up, number 5.
Okay, so we talked about this guy already. Obviously, Calvin Ridley, and he had 90 catches for 1,374 yards and 9 receiving touchdowns on 143 targets.
With Julio Jones.
Julio Jones mostly out of the mix in that season, and considering they have Kyle Pitts. They picked up Mike Davis, who was really good last year with Christian McCaffrey.
He was really good. He was.
I mean, Mike Davis had, I think it was like 8 games with, or no, probably.
He filled that
5
role
games with like 19 plus fantasy points.
He filled that role well.
Yeah,
in place of the number 1 running back in the game, you know. Like
if they can run the football. God, man, a lot of these teams is predicated on them running the football, and
it's time for them to get a quarterback soon as well. Like I thought they were gonna go that way in the draft, but I think the Trey Lance pick kind of threw that off, right? Yeah.
I really thought this was Mac Jones. I really wanted.
Really?
Yeah, I really.
Interesting.
Man, Mac Jones makes NFL throws.
Okay.
I really like.
That's your take.
Yeah.
I see. I didn't like Mac Jones coming.
I really liked Mac Jones.
Okay.
I really liked him.
Interesting. Where did he go?
He went to Alabama, man.
No. I know that.
Oh, New England.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, he's a Patriot quarterback.
Yeah.
He is.
Oh, he was super excited about that.
Of
He
course,
wanted to
yeah.
go.
That makes sense. Fair enough. Okay. All right.
He did a pretty good game yesterday.
Did he? Okay. I didn't see it.
Yeah, they beat the Eagles like 35-0.
Yeah, he had he led 3 touchdown drives on 4 series, but he had no touchdowns himself. They ran in for all of them. But
so like you're thinking like game 6 he'll be starting?
it really like Cam Newton didn't look bad at all. He had 75% completion percentage. Now realize
Cam
is the preseason.
Exactly.
And he had 20 total touchdowns, 10 interceptions. And I mean total touchdowns. He only had 10 passing touchdowns last year. And he needs to stay healthy. But you think back to 2018, Cam Newton had 18 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. That's 6 touchdowns for every 1 interception in 2018. I realize this several years ago, but he still has the arm strength. He doesn't move like he used to. You're not the same person. Again, you're not the same person you were when you were 22 years old.
It's true, but also like I feel like with his throwing right now, it looks like it hurts to throw. Like he like forces like it just doesn't look like he's the same anymore. And like if he wants to continue playing, maybe he should get. I guess like you said though, he's not as fast as he was, but he still does use his legs well.
Yeah.
Maybe like in a how the Saints use Taysom Hill type of way. Maybe if he wants to keep playing, because like I feel like he's pretty close to done.
Yeah.
His arm does not look like it's there.
I really like Mac Jones, man.
Okay.
I did.
That's not.
There was a throw against I believe it was Missouri to Devontae Smith in the back of the end zone. And Devontae Smith had 2 people on him, obviously, because, I mean, this is a Heisman Trophy season.
Yeah.
And he's got the safety over his right shoulder, the corner over his left. And
just dropped it right in.
Yeah, dropped it right in. And here's the out of bounds marker. And he just,
oh, wow.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was literally perfect. And it's like, that's an NFL throw. That's a throw the top tier quarterbacks make. And he had the ability to do that.
Yeah.
I thought going to San Francisco would have been good to work with someone who worked with Tom Brady, but now he gets the guy who coached up Tom Brady. So, I mean, it might have worked out just well for him. They need to get receivers. N'Keal Harry, he hit N'Keal Harry perfectly in the hands. Now, it was a kind of, it was a difficult catch, I guess. But, like, at the same time, he hit him in the hands.
Right,
and
you have to
throw
it where he had to throw it.
Yeah.
Like it was in a tight gap. That's what good quarterbacks
Yeah.
do. I mean, we'll see. Well, I like that take. That was a person that I
don't dislike Trey Lance. Like I don't.
Oh yeah, no. That's
he's a great guy. Like from what I've seen, great guy.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm concerned about the accuracy. That's my concern.
Okay, well, cool quarterback talk on the wide receiver.
I'm sorry.
At number 5, I have Kevin Ridley. Listen, he's just so good. I mean, he was a number 1 wide receiver when Julio Jones was there, and he's still a number 1 wide receiver. He was a steal the last few years. He's phenomenal. He's
one of the reasons why the champ is still a champ.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, gosh,
that's it.
Yeah. So moving on next to number 6.
I know. I think we're on 5.
Oh, we're on 5. Oh, you haven't on your 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So 5 for me, again, surprising, mostly because I haven't put I haven't put them in yet, and I'm going to continue to not put them in. 5 for me is another person that's going to be a keeper, which sucks, but I really like Justin Jefferson, man. I really like this guy. Just watching him play, he just seems like he's next.
Yeah.
There's just something about it, and
they still have Thielen there.
That's one of the keys right now. Is Thielen is a threat. Like he is a threat, and you got to choose between one or the other. And if Jefferson is left open, he's gonna catch the ball and he's gonna make a big play.
There's a lot of talk about Irv Smith Jr. making a big step up this year.
It's having the good core with a guy like Cousins as their quarterback.
Obviously, Dalvin, which we'll talk about.
Oh yeah, that's another story. Yeah,
this is gonna
But yeah, so I think that Justin Jefferson stays strong, and he's my 5th receiver.
1,300 yards receiving last year.
That's, as a rookie.
Yeah, as a rookie. Got that mostly after week 6, which is crazy.
So shows once he got the hang of it.
Starting until week 6.
Exactly, they gave him the opportunity, and guess what?
Yeah, he ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
You went 5, Paul.
So, did you get your 5? I thought you started off. You started off.
He started off with 5. Sorry.
Yeah. So, at number 6, I have DK Metcalf because it's DK Metcalf.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the one play. I think it was an interception or maybe
Buda
a fumble.
Baker. So no, it was an interception by Buda Baker. He runs it from like the 1 yard line.
Chase.
Yeah, gets chased down. You don't
chased down.
see DJ Metcalf in the picture when he gets away from everyone, and then you see this motherfucker
just book it. I mean, I've never seen a guy run so fast. Catches him from behind. You know,
Didn't he strip the ball too?
No,
he not strip the ball?
He just.
Yeah.
I mean, he did have the mishap last year. You know, before he got a touchdown, he threw the ball down in celebration.
That happens too much. That happens too much. Get the fuck over the line.
Get over the line and then do your stupid shit. Jesus, but I mean, he's such a monster. I mean, you look at pictures of him compared to other wide receivers. He looks like a linebacker mixed with I don't know. It's just ridiculous. He's not a human being.
I imagine how intimidating it is to watch him in pregame warm-ups because he goes shirtless and like the dude is just built like a fucking like statue.
Looks like Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, honestly. And like you're standing across him, and if you're a corner, you're like, I have to guard that guy.
Yeah, I mean, like the only person that like stature that could kind of meet up, and I don't even know.
I would say Ramsey, man. Ramsey.
Yeah, I mean, I could say.
I mean, Sherman, depending on how this.
Ramsey did hold him in he.
Like most corners are like smaller than Ramsey, you know, and like how do you cover a guy that's that?
You
big?
can't. That's when you have to double team. You have that's when you have to put 2 guys on him, and then it opens other things up, and you can still throw the ball.
I mean, I don't have Lockett in my top 10. I mean, if you guys do, but I mean, it honestly opens up a lot for Lockett.
Yeah,
Lockett is another one of those
David
big
Moore,
play guys too, where like Tyreek, he makes those big. I guess so is DK.
Well, just put them on there because at my number 6 spot.
That was your 6. Okay, so my 6, I'm finally bringing in DeAndre. Now here's my thing. I Patrick did make a good point about AJ Green, but I think he's done. So I don't think that does anything for him. I really don't. I think that the focus will be on DeAndre still. They don't have a running game. What do you think they do have? Okay, we'll talk about the running game when the running backs. But in my opinion, I don't think that the running game's there. I also love Kyler Murray. I had high hopes for him. I don't think he's. I don't have high hopes for him either anymore. Like it's kind of. I don't like Arizona this year. I don't think that they're going to be good, and I've come to realize that in the beginning, everybody does well, and they're always close games for fantasy. Towards the end, teams that have players that are on really good teams and higher chances to make the playoffs do really well, and they start blowing out other teams.
Yeah.
And I personally feel like Arizona is not going to be good this year, and I think
that's a tough division.
It is, and I think that DeAndre will hurt from that as well, and I think that if he gets hurt, it'll be another situation where it's like, do I want to? I shouldn't bring the injuries up. I shouldn't do that, but if something like that were to happen, or if there's something there's a reason for him not to play, it would be more likely for him not to be as into it, just like you said although you're saying AJ Green might be good because he's on a better team, I personally feel that Arizona is not going to be good this year, and that's why I have him as low as I do. I'm not taking anything away from DeAndre Hopkins is still DeAndre Hopkins, and he's still going to be in my top 10 no matter what until he gets older, but I just feel like Arizona's not going to be that great this year, so that's why I put him down right now.
I understand that. Yeah. I really do like Chase Edmonds. I really want to see.
Okay, I like him
as a potential starter.
Yeah.
They went and they got James Conner, and James Conner, former Steelers running back. They need a better offensive line. Their offensive line needs to play better.
That's what I'm saying. It's like James Conner was good on the Steelers, and they had a good system for their use of running back.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it for the Arizona.
They need an offensive line. They don't have
and
that.
Kyler needs to step up because he did well, and then he just shat the bed. Well, then shat the bed. You can't have that inconsistency.
Yeah.
You can't.
My number 6 is also DJ Metcalf. So the same as Patrick.
DK.
I am sorry.
No,
I said DK. DK Metcalf. 83 catches last year, 1,303 yards, and 10 touchdowns receiving. Russell Wilson, as long as he can still sling the ball, which he can, is accurate as anyone could be. DK Metcalf is he's a monster. Dude's scary.
Fair enough.
So scary.
It's just the facts. I tried to get DK Metcalf off Felicia so many times last year. So many times. And she was not giving that mother. I offered her like 3 fucking receivers with Diggs being involved, and he was the number 1 motherfucking receiver.
Yeah.
God damn it. What is this? Oh, it's you. It's you.
No, I actually did my. We are number 7 right now. It's your
7. My 7 is DK Metcalf. That's. I mean, I love DK. Oh man, he is so much fun to fucking watch. Just seeing his fucking physique and just pure fucking
athletic ability.
It's just insane. It's so cool to watch, and like we know what he can do in the fantasy. You guys talked about it, what he can do in fantasy wise. Like we talked about it already, but yeah, he's my number 7.
Plugging number 7.
My number 7, and this might come as a bit of a shock to a lot of people. It's Mike Evans. And by the way, happy birthday, Mike Evans. Today is his 28th birthday.
Look at that.
He had 70 catches last year for 1,006 yards and 13 touchdowns. Basically, this is me betting on Tom Brady. And Tom Brady looking better than he did last year, which, again, he had 40 touchdowns. Playing with torn meniscus. Mentioned that. It's kind of ridiculous to think of that receiving core because you say Evans, then you say Godwin, and you say Antonio Brown and Scotty Miller, who can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, this is a good team, man.
Anybody can be dangerous.
They're returning all 22 starters. So, I mean,
they're the Super Bowl champions. I mean, run it back. See how they do.
Let's see this.
And 30th.
My opinion on that. Personally, I don't have either of these guys in my top 10, but I personally believe that Chris Godwin is going to be the guy this year.
Yeah,
over Mike Evans.
I can understand that.
But they're both going to be great, and I would put them both in my top 15.
Yeah,
put it that way.
Yeah.
Just not my top 10. That's all.
Yeah. I'm betting on Mike Evans.
Tom Brady. Yeah. If you bet on Tom Brady, you bet right. You fucking win. That's it. That's like
So I am changing my list as I'm going.
That's fair.
I'm starting to think about stuff more and more.
Me too. Yeah, me too. Like it's hard. It's hard to think about.
I'm gonna come out with a kind of crazy one. And I don't know. Man out of the Washington football team, Mr. Terry McLaurin.
I like this.
Listen, with Fist Magic behind center, just for the time being. I mean, he is magical, and McLaurin is a phenomenal wide receiver. I mean,
fast motherfucker.
It's crazy. Fast. It's crazy how good he is. Like he's very sneakily just under the radar of fantasy production, but it's there every single goddamn week, and you're like, what is going on? Where is this guy coming from?
Yeah. I totally agree.
I mean, I wouldn't put him as a sleeper pick, but I think he deserves the respect of. I mean, he was on a terrible team, and he's fantasy production through the roof, and maybe that's because he's the only person there. But then they know he's the only wide receiver that needs to be covered, and he's
still doing it. I wrote on my list that my number 11 was Terry McLaurin. So I mean, he's right there for me as well. I totally agree. Like I just
can't get him on my mind. I'm like that guy,
and he could be in for even an even bigger season because the Washington football team is not legit.
Yeah,
their defense is fucking
amazing,
legit,
amazing.
Yeah, so I like that. I'm not against that at all. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, I know it's pretty crazy to have him.
I know. No, it's
even
not.
in the top 10.
I had fucking Justin Jefferson at number 5, but I just have a feeling about him. I just do. That's there's feelings. Yeah, there's feelings.
Yeah, and I love Fitzmagic too.
Fitzmagic has proven himself. I don't know how many times that guy has to prove himself.
I know, I get he's been on so many teams, and
every time he proves himself.
But he's so good. He's so consistent. He's an intelligent man.
He deserved to have a chance with one team for a while, but then he never got that chance.
Yeah, he.
Various situations that led to 9 different NFL teams.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what are we on? 8?
Yeah, we are on 8.
And is that? That
is.
I think I started with
So my number 8 is Keenan Allen, and he had 100 catches last year for 992 yards. 8 yards away from 1,000, which is crazy to me that he couldn't get that 8 yards. But
how many games?
8 touchdowns. I do not actually.
He did not. I know he didn't play full 16. Those are great stats.
And it's crazy because he had 147 targets last year. His catch rate's ridiculous.
I'm just looking up how many games he was in because I don't think it was all 16.
No, I don't believe so either. I think he missed at least 2. But again, this is a consistent guy. If Eckler returns to form from 2019, they obviously Justin Herbert had a phenomenal rookie season. Rookie record, 31 touchdown passes. Mike Williams needs to stay healthy for that team. He does. He does. They lose Hunter Henry. That's not great. Former team captain for them. But this is a team that if I feel like I keep saying this, but if they can run the football, it helps Keenan Allen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And 147 targets, that's nothing to stub your nose at, man. And
14 games, and 2 of them he got injured in.
Yeah.
So that's basically he played 12 full games and had 140 something targets. That's incredible.
Yeah. And
that's honestly technically when you do per game, it's more than Diggs, but Diggs played in all the games. So right? Or no, he might have missed one. But anyways, yeah. I love that. I like that.
Yeah.
So you're on 8, Pat.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay, so my number 8 is CD Lamb. I mean, if Dak is playing, I give it to CD. Even if Dak doesn't really play, I can still give it to CD because he's just that good. I mean,
throw the ball up to him.
He's a physical freak.
Exactly.
I mean, it's ridiculous. You go watch that Oklahoma tape and you understand why he's a former first-round pick. You understand.
Mm-hmm.
You get it.
100%.
Yeah, as long as his teammates stay healthy. I mean, if he has a team around him, he's gonna be a top 5.
That was his downfall, was the team falling apart last year. Like
they had 20 total touchdowns after Dak left.
What did they have, 20 before that?
Yeah, something like that.
That's crazy,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
that's not good. Who was their backup? Andy Dalton.
Yeah. I remember Ben
DiNucci
on Monday Night Football, and I'm yelling at him. I'm yelling at him, Ben DiNucci, you fucking suck. God, I hate you so much. Like, he'd scramble out and then throw it. He was nowhere near Amari Cooper. And I was like, dude, are you kidding me? What is this nonsense?
Let Paul in that bitch, bro. He'll throw a better ball than that shit, bro.
Honestly, I've said many times, I could have thrown a better ball than that. What the fuck is that?
Oh man!
Come on, why is he still on the team?
I love the CD. I love that pick. That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good.
I mean,
pick.
great ceiling, and a little floor potentially if
100. Yeah, I totally agree. My 8 is Keenan Allen as well. The biggest reason, again, I'm taking injuries out of it. I know he gets hurt a lot, but taking injuries out of it, he has Justin Herbert throwing the ball, man, and Herbert looks great too. Like, he's another one that, man, the young quarterbacks are looking so good. I love it. It's awesome to have that new generation of quarterbacks. Like, there's a set.
They're looking like they can play. And
So I mean, their biggest issue is like I don't know why they got rid of Anthony Lynn. I really don't get that. And they hired a defensive coach, right?
Yeah. No. Staley wasn't.
I thought he was a defensive coordinator. Was
Brendan Staley, former Denver Broncos receiver, correct?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I thought he was the defensive coordinator for the Rams.
He might have been.
But he was a receiver.
He was a former receiver.
Okay.
So that's why they.
Anyways,
I believe so.
They should have gotten.
I could be wrong about this. I could be wrong about this.
I know there was a Brandon Stokely that played receiver for the but there could have also easily. But anyways, I think Justin Herbert is the main reason why I'm taking Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen has had no name quarterbacks, good quarterbacks throw to him, and he's proven that he's good. He's actually I watched a Madden thing that he was trying to up his rankings.
Yeah.
That motherfucker he has some talent, man. He has some crazy athletic ability as well. I mean, they all do, but I like Keenan Allen there. I think he stays consistent and stays as their number 1 guy and doesn't really affect him much.
I think this was like his first season without 1,000 yards receiving, which is crazy.
That is crazy. Wow. And he was 8 yards short of that, you said?
So yeah, I completely lost track of our rotation around here.
It is you on 9.
Me on 9.
Yeah.
Okay, I have Mr. Justin Jefferson. Jefferson.
There he
I mean,
is.
honestly, like he just like
No, second
you think like, oh,
Start.
it's just it's just a few games. He's not gonna keep this up, and he's just keeping it up.
He just kept doing it.
Yeah, it's
Can't deny that.
Yeah.
I was getting worried. I was like, oh man, I might have put Justin
No,
Jefferson, but I have a feeling. I have a feeling about him.
Yeah, I couldn't put him as high as you did, but I mean,
yeah,
he deserves that top 10 because I mean, game in game out, he was up there.
Totally agree. I totally agree.
Incredibly consistent.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
So my next one is a guy that got somebody who, the team got somebody who you would think, okay, this might slow down his production, but I think all this does is bring in a decoy who is not just a decoy. He's a fucking like, I'm not taking anything away from him. Like Julio is still Julio again, but AJ Brown, there were some games last year he put up like 50 points, 40, 50 points consistent. I was like, dude, I started watching it. Like, I never realized how he is literally the size of fucking Julio. Like he is another Julio Jones.
He looks like DJ Metcalf.
Yeah.
He looks. They have.
You made me say. I was like, Jesus Christ, Paul. DK, Donkey Kong. God, Paul.
I'm sorry, DK Metcalf. I love you. You're fantastic.
But yeah, AJ
He's huge.
They're very similar in stature. AJ Brown is like, I mean, this dude is, and Tennessee has one of the things that's most important to a receiver, a running game.
Yeah.
They have
2,000 yard rusher.
You have the whole team, the whole defense worried about Derrick Henry, and you're fucking filling the box.
Yeah.
You don't leave AJ Brown open. You don't leave Julio Jones open.
You don't do that.
That's gonna be an issue.
You don't do that.
Tennessee is scary this year.
Very scary.
Tennessee's scary.
Off of that play action, man. Oh man, you get like a quick slam out.
Fucking Vrabel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't want him to win.
Yeah. I like Derrick Henry. I like AJ Brown. I like Tannehill, but I just fuck the Titans.
Yeah.
I agree. It's only because of the coach, but yeah, I totally agree. So 9 is AJ Brown for me.
Yeah, 9 is also AJ Brown for me. 70 catches, 1,075 yards, and 11 touchdowns last year. What we just previously mentioned, you get Julio Jones in there, and like this guy he's not a slouch, and this guy's going to the Hall of Fame. He's going to the Hall of Fame. There's nothing you can say to argue that.
Julio?
Yeah. Julio.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. 100%. He's already locked it in.
Like he's in the Hall of Fame. You have a Hall of Fame receiver on the opposite side of you, and you have Derrick Henry. In a non-PPR league, Derrick Henry is the number 1 pick.
Yeah, and honestly, Derrick Henry is on his way to being a Hall of Famer with all these fucking 2,000-yard fucking seasons.
Hard to believe he was a second-round pick.
That's crazy,
Our
dude.
former Heisman Trophy winner.
And he wasn't even used at first either. They used fucking what the fuck was his name? Oh my god.
Was it Murray?
Well, they had Murray, but it was like he was a receiving back, and I can't remember.
Deion Lewis.
Yeah, Deion Lewis. They used him instead of
who
Derrick
just
Henry.
recently retired, by the way.
Oh,
last week.
Good for him. But yeah, so 9 for you.
Yeah, and I mean this is cheating because it's 2 people, because they're practically the same person except they're not. It's Woods and Cup. I mean, it's either one, and I think they deserve to be on the same level, because either one could blow up.
Yeah.
And I mean, with Stafford, with the way he throws, with how he's gonna blow those guys up this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Cup is gonna have a better season.
I wonder how they're
Woods
getting used to his throwing.
That is a duo where you can draft both and be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can draft
It's
2 receivers
crazy.
from the same team and start them both.
I know it's cheating. And
It's not cheating, because I you know how I said I had 11. My 12 is Robert Woods / Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
it's the same. They are in the same realm.
Yeah.
Like they count. Yeah,
sneaky.
100% agree.
100% agree. Defense, and they'll get you yards.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
I just wonder how they're acclimating to Stafford's throwing velocity, because he has an arm. Like I remember
They
a
probably
couple
love it.
years
I think they'll
ago.
be fine. I think they'll be
I think
fine.
A
they'll love
couple
it.
years ago, on Top 100, again, the NFL Network annual show of Top 100. Darius Slay, like, he broke one of my fingers in practice. Like, I went up to try to intercept the ball and snapped my finger back, and I was like,
and that's why he's a corner.
that would honestly hurt so much. It's like
it would, but they've been doing it. You know, they know it. I think if anything, it's only better for them. Honestly, I think they're gonna love it. They'll get used to it really quick. I think because when you're getting the ball perfectly, all you gotta do is be able to take that. If you can take it, it's in your hands. You know. Yeah, I love that pick. I really do.
They're both phenomenal. I mean,
I agree by putting them in the same.
They're very
so many good receivers.
So similar.
In this.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's hard to pick, and I'm like, I keep changing around my list here and there. I'm like, oh, I think about this, I think about that. Yeah, I just have to put them up there because I do believe they're gonna blow up this year, both of them. I believe both.
I love it. I love it. I'm completely agreed, and I don't say it's cheating because I did the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Is it my?
No, you just went. 10 for me. Okay. So my 10 is what has been said before. Another fucking keeper in the league, so I won't be able to get him. CeeDee Lamb. He's gonna he. I'm telling you right now, especially like you said, it doesn't really matter if Dak doesn't play. I still think he's the scapegoat there. He's the scapegoat. Sorry, like you can throw it up to him and you'll have a chance, you know. But if Dak plays, this motherfucker could be top 5.
I mean, we didn't even mention Michael Gallup and obviously Mark Cuban.
That's what I'm saying. They have receivers. If they have Dak, he could be up in the top 7 to 5 area. Yeah. But I'll put him at 10 because of the Dak situation. Yeah. But I love CeeDee Lamb, and then like I said, I had Terry McLaurin, and then the Robert Woods Cup as 11 and 12, and then Godwin as 13. Yeah, that was my list pretty much of that.
My number 10 is Terry McLaurin. 87 grabs for 1,118 yards last year. Only 4 receiving touchdowns, but was targeted 134 times last year. That's a ridiculous,
with a bunch of different quarterbacks.
With a bunch of different quarterbacks, that it's ridiculous. You're gonna see a tick up in pretty much all of those categories this year. If Ryan Fitzpatrick can be consistent, and a guy that we'll probably talk about later, Antonio Gibson running the football really well. That offensive line needs to get a little bit better, but I mean, at the same time, McLaurin is a guy who can do that quick slant. 2 steps, you're gone. And if Fitzpatrick hits him perfectly, he's to the house.
Set up a screen for him. He can if he breaks up one or two tackles, he's gone.
He is so fast considering he's like 6'3", 220.
Yeah, that's I love Terry McLaurin in this draft too. I totally agree.
Where he went to school.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Yeah.
My number 10, and I do not like this. I don't like even saying it. I don't really like him at all. I mean, it's not like he's not a bad person or anything. It's Allen Robinson. I think this is his year. I honestly think this is his year. I think once Fields takes his job over, because he's gonna take the job over mid-season. I think.
Yeah, Andy Dalton's the starter.
I don't know.
Andy Dalton's losing in the first 2 games.
I was just gonna say it ain't gonna take the 6-6 game. No. It'll be less than that.
No, because the Bears need to win. Nagy needs to win. Like they will clean house if
and guess what? They're going to be cleaning house.
Hopefully so.
They will be. They will.
Those garbage time points. I mean, it's just he's very good.
Oh, you're saying the garbage, right?
Yeah. The garbage time points. But even with Justin Fields throwing the ball, Justin Fields is going to bring it up. But still,
it's like a top receiver with the Lions. Stat Patford. You know, like when Stafford needed to throw big bombs, the top receiver from the Lions is probably a good choice to have as your flex or the second receiver, you know, because they're going to get those points at the end.
Yeah, he might break in the top 10 this year, honestly.
I like that because of that. I think that Robinson, I think Robinson doesn't want to be in Chicago.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Did not sign a long-term deal.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be there. He's like he was forced there anyways, right? They tagged him, right?
Yeah.
So he was forced to stay. They signed short-term deal. Like he doesn't want to be there. No. So if anything, he might try and show out to get a contract elsewhere.
Yeah. If he doesn't play, that's a whole other story. But yeah. I mean, I think he's gonna try to show out and just be like, hey, look, I can do this, I can do that, and we have a team.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking team. I can do the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, because the Lions were interested in him, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So,
but I think a little sneak peek. I just wanted to touch on DJ Moore. I think having not Teddy Bridgewater throwing to him will help him out.
Sam Darnold could be a factor there.
Sam Darnold's amazing quarterback.
Having Rodney Anderson, former Jet.
Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson.
With the dreads. Yeah.
former Jet. Sam Darnold already has that rapport, and if DJ Moore can, just stay healthy. I mean,
and McCaffrey and you got.
He was really consistent last year.
Yeah. He really was. And then I have 2 sleepers like late rounds. Watch out for Randall Cobb because him and Aaron Rodgers have a past, man.
Your buddies.
They have a past, and he can score touchdowns. I watch out for. I'm saying for a late pick, bench player that you need to fill in something like he could blow up. And then the other person is Corey Davis on the Jets. I think that's a little bit scary. Like that could be scary.
Iffy, but like,
he could blow up there. And for a late round bench player, I wouldn't mind having him.
Yeah,
that's it. Sorry.
Yeah, just there's so many. The depth of wide receivers.
Yeah, receivers should be pretty. Like everybody's gonna have a few really good receivers on their team. It's when that's why the running back is gonna be so important because there's not as many.
Yeah.
And the people who have them, it could really make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. Speaking of running backs,
I want to say before we start this that there is a strong possibility that your top 6 picks will be running backs, maybe even top 8. Honestly,
I disagree.
I mean,
I'm not gonna say why.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't. I think I maybe top 4. I think, but the 5th pick is slinging in there. I mean, Adams is gonna go faster than some running backs.
Kelsey
goes 5 in this draft. Period.
I mean,
Kelsey ain't going past 5.
He wasn't the winning team, but I mean,
Kelsey is going in the first round this year. He will go in the first round. Period.
Yeah,
I promise you that.
I mean,
if he's there at the swing,
Kelsey
that's the winning team.
To me, in a PPR league, Kelsey. If I had the number 1 pick, I'd pick Kelsey number 1. Is that crazy?
I mean, okay, but no. I mean, so our league
how
winner,
I feel.
A league winner the last 3 years has had Travis Kelce and won the last 3 years. So this was,
I've also had Christian McCaffrey.
McCaffrey didn't play last year.
McCaffrey didn't play last year, so.
I had him on my team.
True, but Kelsey.
You're trying to get me to pick Kelsey first?
Oh, I'm not. I'll tell you this: if I have the 2nd pick and she picks McCaffrey first, I will be picking Travis Kelce. I'm telling you guys that right now.
I mean, I cannot blame you for that.
Wow.
That's just
I
how
will never do it.
No,
I'm sorry, I can't do it. I need a running back.
Especially because of my keeper situation, I can really when I find out what number pick I have, I will be able to pick my keeper based off of that, and I love Kelce.
We need a procedurally generated shuffle thing.
Yeah. We'll figure it out
got,
on draft day. We'll do it nice and fair. Like cards is a good idea. Yeah. That's easy. It's all the same thing. You can just do 1 through or 2 through set. So. Yeah. All right. So yeah.
All right, boys. You ready to get in these running backs, baby?
Ready.
All right.
I mean, this is gonna. I mean, it could be different for Paul.
Yeah.
And it probably is. But I mean, there's still no doubt in my mind. Again, PPR. Christian McCaffrey is that offense. Christian McCaffrey scores touchdown. Christian McCaffrey catches balls. Christian McCaffrey rushes. He does everything. And as long as he stays healthy, and again, I'm not taking the injury thing unless they already have an existing injury. I think he's fine. I think he's gonna be. He'll be fine. He won't get hurt again. That's my hopes. And he's number 1 quarterback or number 1 running back, no doubt in my mind. Honestly, that's just it.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna disagree with you on this because. In 2019, he had 1,000 yards receiving and rushing. I believe he was the 5th player in NFL history to do that. So it annoys the fuck out of me watching Red Zone and seeing him touch the ball about 80 fucking times a game.
That's what I'm saying. Their whole offense.
Yeah, he's the entirety of that. And now they have good receivers, and Sam Darnold is a really accurate quarterback, and he has a good offense around him. This is going to be a dynamic season for Christian McCaffrey. Again, if he can stay healthy. I told our league champion this. He reminds me of a little mouse who just kind of...
just everywhere, bro.
Just gone.
He just is where he needs to be. And...
I didn't believe in 2018 he could run in between the tackles. 2019, he proved me wrong. I've been wrong before, and I was never more wrong than when I said Christian McCaffrey couldn't run between tackles.
And he might not have been good at that in college, but he put the effort in and made sure he was good at it for that.
Oh yeah, he hit the weight room.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Number 1. Oh, it's Christian McCaffrey. Let's be real. Christian, will you marry me?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you can't deny my first round pick. If he marries me, he'd be on my team.
I mean, he's like my height, and he can dunk. Like, that's crazy.
Dude's crazy.
I'm 5'8",
Beautiful dude.
5'9", and he can dunk.
Yeah, but I mean, you just can't deny it. You just cannot deny it. If
So athletic.
as long as he stays healthy. I mean, but I think he's gonna be healthy.
That's the
And I think he's
caveat
gonna dominate.
this year, but like he didn't have a good team around him.
He had a shit team.
No,
He had a
that's fine,
shit
dude.
team.
He
He
had
has
to do all the work.
Darnold's gonna have his chance at redemption. I would say, he can still do something, and I think that Christian McCaffrey really helps him.
Yeah.
And it's gonna benefit McCaffrey fantasy wise by having Darnold.
I think I do believe this. I think Paul will agree with me that Sam Darnold, on the Jets was just it just was the worst case scenario for him, and I believe he is
There were no
a way better
receivers
quarterback
there.
than what
I would agree. Hopefully that doesn't fuck him up a little bit by being on a shitty team and being used to being shitty. But
I mean, there was one I mentioned this for the Baxter barrier, for like 80 yards that he was running left and threw it back right, and it was perfect.
Yeah, he's just so accurate. This is phenomenal.
yeah, it'll be a different team this year.
He's a mobile quarterback, more mobile than a lot of people give him credit for. Reason why he was the third pick in the year that Josh Allen was drafted. So this is a prove it year.
Yep.
Paul, number 2.
My number 2, and Austin alluded to this because he thought he might be my number 1. Understandably,
Close. Yeah.
I love this guy, Dalvin be cooking.
Yeah.
He be cooking in the kitchen.
Yep.
Okay, so Dalvin Cook had 1,500 yards rushing, 16 rushing TDs. He had 1,918 yards
From scrimmage
last year. Almost about 2,000 yards from scrimmage.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. This guy is utterly ridiculous.
Only other person that does that is fucking McCaffrey, and then Derrick Henry with just his rushing.
Like this is a no-brainer. If he's sitting there at 2, I mean, you said you were gonna take Kelsey, but like if I'm sitting there at 2, Dalvin Cook is my pick. I don't know.
So this is barring Chris McCaffrey going number 1.
So the reason the reason I said that is because of my keeper situation with the Kelsey thing.
Yeah.
If I can confirm to get Kelsey, then I can base my keeper off of that pretty much. So,
I mean, I can understand that.
Yeah.
But this guy is so consistent, and I mean, unfortunately, in his rookie year, 2017, tore his ACL in week 5.
Yeah.
I believe against us.
Oh
Detroit.
yeah.
But has looked really consistent ever since, and has been consistent ever since.
Did he miss? He missed 2 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's only missed 2.
Was it ankle?
Yeah, I believe so.
2 games since. This is his 3rd year. Was that his 3rd year?
This is his.
This is his 5th year. Yeah.
5th year. Yeah. Okay. So the last 2 years he's missed 2 games each season, right?
Yeah.
Since he had the big injury.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, it's not terrible.
He's mostly on the field. 1,900 yards in 14 games, and we have an extra game this year. This offense is gonna be explosive. We mentioned Thielen. We mentioned Justin Jefferson. Kirk Cousins is very accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a very good team. I'm looking forward to seeing what Dalvin Cook does this year.
Agreed.
Well, I'm not following you on that. We're basing a lot of this off PPR, and I think the PPR machine is Mr. Alvin Kamara. He doesn't have Drew Brees this year, which is kind of
Michael Thomas.
kind of the reason why he's not number 1.
So
Yeah, Michael Thomas is not on the field for a while, which will help him out.
maybe mid to late October, and that's kind of a concern.
But it also could be I don't know. He did pretty well without Michael Thomas last year, but it's also he had Drew Brees throwing him the ball. Jameis Winston. I don't know. We haven't seen him with Jameis really often. I don't know if we ever have. I don't know. But anyway, he's dominant. He's fast. He can catch the ball. He can run the ball. It's just
There's no denying no denying he's one of the best running backs talent wise, no matter what. He just is.
Yeah.
I
mean, you can't really say much about it. It's just like McCaffrey.
I think I would say the biggest issue with Kamara is Winston. Winston throws a lot of interceptions, meaning they could be down a lot, meaning they have to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Which could still go to Kamara.
Yeah.
But
if he
that means
off
Jameis throwing the ball, right? It could him throwing interceptions could lead to him just dumping off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it works both ways.
That's what Drew Brees did. I mean, jump off master. I mean, just every other play is just dump off, and then Kamara gets 15 yards.
Yeah.
You know, he's shaky, and I mean, he's fast, but he has like a little bit of like strength. I don't know.
No, yeah.
Just watching some of his plays.
He's a good all around running back, like in every aspect. So
I mean, with Drew Brees there, I would put him as number one, but I just can't.
Fair enough. My 2 is Dalvin. He's in my opinion, he's pretty close to CMC, but as long as if CMC is fully healthy, assuming he's fully healthy, I would say that he's clearly ahead of him. But yeah, I would put Dalvin right underneath him.
Yeah.
Scores a lot of touchdowns, catches the ball if he needs to. Like you said, he has a good team around him. I think that Dalvin is a very safe number 2.
Yeah.
That's as simple as that, pretty much. In my opinion. So
number 3.
Yeah.
I have Dalvin Cook as number 3. The only reason I don't put him as number 2 is because he's not getting dump off passes. You know, the receptions are not there, but he is. I mean, he makes up for it with his running ability, his 80-yard runs. I mean, he's demanding presence that needs to be accounted for, and just every defensive player in the field, you know, because once he breaks through the secondary, it's just
break the tackle, it's over. Yeah,
he's so fast, but he's also huge.
When he's going full speed.
Yeah, I mean, he's phenomenal. Yep. He's not getting those dump off passes. He's not receiving. He doesn't catch the ball often, but when he does, you know, he still does a good job. But it's just not. It doesn't.
Oh yeah, he can absolutely catch the ball. It's just that's not his. Their scheme isn't as like they have receivers. They have a quarterback that can throw accurately. They don't need to dump off as much when they have a running back like Dalvin Cook. Yeah. So I mean, that's why I thought it was this PPR thing. If Kamara has. If my theory is wrong, then Kamara could easily have a better season.
Yeah, that's why I think Kamara's going to have a better season. Just because,
fair enough. Yeah,
I think he's going to get the dump offs, but
that's
if he doesn't, you know, a Dalvin Cook.
Well, I mean, there's plays specifically him running routes and stuff, not just dump offs for Kamara. So I see that. What was that 3? We're on 3. So yep. My 3 is actually going to be Derrick Henry. And I can't deny the 2,000-yard thing. I just twice he's done that now, right? Like
led the league in rushing last 2 years.
You just can't deny it. I know it's not a standard league, but you can't deny that many rushing yards. And that many touches. You know, you can't deny it. The touchdowns he scores. How many touchdowns did he have? Do you know?
He had 17.
That's ridiculous. And how many did Kamara have actually?
Kamara had 16 total.
Wow.
16
That's
actually.
a lot closer than I thought.
Wait. 16.
That's wow. They're pretty damn close. So yeah, I mean, I have them swapped, but like I said, I think that Derrick Henry is the best running back in the league by far, no question.
In non-PPR, he's your
standard. He is number 1 pick. Period. Like that's just how it is. It just
runs downhill and just anyone in his way.
Yes, you can't tackle the man one-on-one.
Linebackers can't get him down.
It's insane.
You know.
Good luck if you're a corner or safety.
Yeah, you're not. That's not.
You're gonna make a business decision and just try to throw a shoulder into that.
Yeah.
And slow him down just a bit and hope your linebacker don't catch him.
Who's him? You know,
the stiff arms. They just
stiff arms.
Throws people on. He did it to one of the Lions players.
Oh, I can't remember.
It made him look like a fool.
Just get away from me.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, so that's why he's 3 for me. That's the only reason why he's over Kamara is because of his just pure rushing ability. It's ridiculous.
My favorite is Alvin Kamara, and it's because of the 16 rushing touchdowns. Didn't actually break 1,000 yards receiving or rushing, but did have a total of 1,688 yards. He led all running backs in catches with 83, and that was good for I believe 20th in the NFL.
That's insane.
Not just running backs. I mean the entire NFL.
Receivers, tight ends, everything. Just fucking.
This guy's a PPR machine. If Jameis Winston can play like the first overall pick in 2015, you know.
If he can, then yeah, I agree.
If he does like 3/4 of what Drew Brees could do, I mean, I think Lamar's going to have a top 3 season.
I think that the Saints need to get a quarterback. That's what I think. They need to get their ass a quarterback.
Please don't have Taysom Hill.
No, that is not the right move.
Oh, don't let Taysom Hill on the field, dude. Oh, Kamara will have zero fantasy value.
Oh, yeah.
Zero fantasy value.
Yeah. As a quarterback. Him as a quarterback.
Him as a quarterback.
With Taysom. Yeah, if Taysom's out there doing a trick play or whatever, that's fine. But
if it's a consistent
if
quarterback.
He's a starting quarterback, Kamara's fucked.
Yeah, get Kamara off your team, trade him for anything.
Mm-hmm. For real.
So number 4, if you want to start off. I think it's on you.
So 4 for me is Kamara. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, the only reason I put Henry above Kamara, I know we're in a PPR league, it's just the touches. I guess the Kamara is the same way when it comes to receiving and rushing, but like Derrick Henry is going to get 20 touches a game no matter what. And it's guaranteed, and he's probably going to score a touchdown. Like that's just how it is. That's the only reason why I put them him ahead of Kamara, but honestly, that top 3 or the 2, 3, and 4 for me is very interchangeable. Like Dalvin, I would say is a little bit above, but like Henry and Kamara are very interchangeable for me. Very, very much so.
Could definitely see that.
So you're on 4.
Oh yeah. Okay. So for me, I have Derrick Henry. He had 2,027 yards rushing last year. He led the NFL in touchdowns with 17. Actually, that's led the NFL in both. And that's the 5th most all time rushing in the season, which is crazy from a 2nd-round pick who won the Heisman Trophy. For some reason, he was a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Eddie Lacy went higher when he came out of Alabama, and that's just like shocking. But like this dude is just. He's a bowling ball.
Yeah.
He's a bowling.
Literally.
You can't stop him with one guy. There's not one individual person in the NFL who I think can tackle him one-on-one. Maybe Darius Leonard. Maybe.
Aaron Donald, maybe.
Maybe Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
But like.
Though, if you were doing a specific type of drill, they wouldn't even be able to catch him anyways. Oh, yeah. Like, it's the thing is like, I mean, I guess he's not that fast, but still, like. Derrick Henry, one-on-one.
I think he's clocked out at like 19 miles per hour, which is pretty fast considering how big he is.
I mean, he has to be the hardest man to tackle in the NFL, right?
I mean, you have to be a grown-ass man to tackle that guy.
Yeah. He will fucking throw people around like nothing.
Well,
big men around like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so at number 4, I have, how can I say this? A scary man, Derrick Henry. He's the scariest man I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never. I mean, like, I don't. I mean, defensive linemen. You know, that's your best chance of getting them down.
Yeah. That's your linebackers. If you get past that, it's pretty much you're fucked.
Yeah. I mean, if you have like a yoke linebacker, one of like the top like 15 linebackers in the league, maybe you can get them down. But like those corners and safeties,
they still have to go for the legs, which is insane. You know?
And he's pretty agile and pretty fast for as yoked as he is.
He really is. Yeah.
I mean, and those. I mean,
he looks like a linebacker. He literally looks like a linebacker.
He does not look like a running back.
No.
You know, when he reminds me of like the stature of DK Metcalf. You know, but like running back.
He look
shorter.
Even like big, like he looks like if Aaron Donald and DK Metcalf. God, I keep saying DJ. Jesus. But DK Metcalf had a baby. Yeah. And it was Derrick Henry, and he came out with dreadlocks, and they were like, look at this little baby. Oh, he's going to grow up to be a monster.
And he did.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right.
So our top 4 are the same.
Yeah.
Just a little bit different, but the same people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Variations. My 5th running back is Ezekiel Elliott, and 8 total touchdowns, 1,317 yards total last year.
With the shit team.
Yeah. Did not have 1,000 yards. I'm pretty sure that's the second time he's done that. His second year he didn't have 1,000 yards rushing, but so this is based on pretty much. I think the Cowboys are going to be better. Mention the offensive linemen who missed. Those are big key components of that offensive line.
So what he's done when those guys were healthy.
Yeah,
so we've seen it.
Dak missed 11 games last year. If Cooper can stay healthy, we've talked about CeeDee Lamb extensively today. Like this is a team that can be explosive, and Ezekiel Elliott's going to return to form this year. Agreed. I really believe it.
Agreed.
At number 5, I have Ezekiel Elliott. I believe the same thing, and I believe if you have his team around him, he'll do completely fine. I mean, he's a monster. He has a great line. They've always had a great line. I don't understand how they always have a great line. It's from
do.
the Marco Murray days.
Yeah, it just didn't matter who the running back was. Yeah,
but yeah. I mean, Zeke is just he's a dominant man, and he works hard, and we see his healthy team.
Yep.
Top 5. Baby.
Yep, top. Yeah, and my 5th is also Zeke. I mean, that's if his team stays completely healthy, he could be a top 3.
Yeah,
he really could.
Yeah.
It really comes down to them staying healthy. But yeah, I think them as a team, if they are fully healthy, that's a dangerous squad with a defense that's getting better. So yeah, I think Zeke's a pretty easy number 5 there.
Yeah.
All right, number 6. I have Aaron Jones. I mean, we'll see where you guys have him, but I just saw him, the way he runs, the way he can run downhill, and he's receiving back as well. I know the problem with him is that there are so many other targets that could go to, and Aaron Rodgers likes to spread the ball out, and I mean, but to establish a running game, he can establish a running game, and he can do well just by running the ball. I don't remember the exact game, but yeah, I just watching the way he runs, he doesn't run the way he doesn't run by the size of his body. He's a very dominant presence on the field, and he's very fast.
Right, he doesn't look it, but
he can get 15-yard gains.
Plays
no
like
problem.
The beastest person on the fucking field. He plays like he's the best on the field.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He has the confidence and runs hard. I like that. I completely like that. I mean, and again, Green Bay, like I think the good teams are also key as well.
Yeah.
Like having players on good teams towards the end of the year really does make a difference. It really does. Even like midway.
Playoff position.
Yeah, it just makes a difference when you're on a shitty team. The players don't play as hard, no matter what, especially when they're completely out of playoff contention.
Yeah,
yeah, but I also think he's very consistent with his everything. I feel like I stole him last year, the 2nd round pick. I mean, I don't know. I do believe he's within the top 8 at least.
I agree too.
10.
Yeah. But
okay, so that's 6, right?
Yep.
So my number 6 is Saquon. I think this man is due for his comeback. He puts in the work. He beasts up. That man looks ridiculous. Yeah. His legs are
We don't often talk about the man's size.
Right, but like this man's fucking legs, he has the best running back legs you can ask for, pretty much. I mean, I think that he's due for a bounce back. I think he's going to dominate. I think the Giants are going to be a little bit better. I don't think the Giants are going to be great. I don't think they're going to be great, but I think that
Jones needs to take a big step off.
Yeah. I think that the one thing that they do have is, again, as long as he stays healthy, but I'm not taking that into consideration, is Saquon will be Christian McCaffrey style with being that whole team's offense.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
So like I have a feeling he's due for a bounce back, and that's why I put him where I put him. So 6 for you, Paul.
My 6 is Aaron Jones, and he had 1,104 rushing yards last year, 9 rushing touchdowns. It averaged 5.5 yards a carry. That's really, really good. I think with the offense around him, it's going to bolster his ability. This guy is starting to understand the game more. They say that running back from college to the professional is the easiest to acclimate from, and I think he's just going to keep getting better. Like, this guy is a very disciplined sort of running back. He comes from a military family. He's a military brat, moved around as a kid. Really, I love the guy. I love the guy, and the fact that he's a really good football player just bolsters that.
Yeah,
he's my 6.
Fair enough. So with my 7, I will say Aaron Jones is my 7. And the only reason I put Saquon ahead of Aaron Jones is because the Packers did use a lot of packages with giving Aaron Jones a break, which I like. It keeps him healthy, keeps him fresh, but takes away from some fantasy points.
Yeah.
There was a lot where they implemented Jamal Williams, who's not there anymore, but A.J. Dillon as well. And Dillon can be a guy just like Jamal Williams, I think. I think that's...
Yeah, but this could be a similar situation to the Saints back in 20.
Kamara and Ingram. Yeah. Yes, and I agree. But like I said, it's not by much. Like, I can honestly switch Saquon and Aaron. Like, either way, I'm comfortable. Like I said, the only reason is Saquon is that whole offense. Aaron Jones is a part of an amazing offense. That's pretty much the difference there. That's it. But yeah, Aaron Jones is very high on my list too.
Yeah, there were points last year where you could have started Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
I had both of them on my team because there were games where Aaron Jones was questionable, and I did have to start Jamal Williams, and I mean he gave me the same fantasy points that Aaron Jones would give me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul, your number 7?
Oh, my number 7 is Austin Eckler. He had 933 yards in total last year, 3 total touchdowns in 10 games. He finishes the RB2 in 2019 behind Christian McCaffrey. I think this
PPR fan.
in PPR.
Yeah, right.
I should specify that in PPR.
Because he is a big PPR.
He's a big PPR threat.
Yeah.
He can have similar numbers to Kamara if he stays healthy. They gave him the money that they did not give Melvin Gordon. That looks like a good idea. Looks like a smart thing. Yeah. Really interesting thing. He has a sort of workout tutorial thing that he does with his girlfriend. The guy is really, really fit. Like physically fit.
Seems like an all-American type of man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He was a good Phillip Rivers teammate. You know, like that. I bet you they got along really well. They did, didn't? Oh, wait, no. I guess the Hard Knocks was when he was in Indianapolis, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, I imagine they
probably got along well. Yeah.
But I think it's just Justin Jefferson's coming into his second year. It's a whole trust thing, and again, if he stays healthy, and they develop a rapport, especially right now when reps aren't live and you're kind of getting with your teammates and trying to understand tendencies and understand what they're thinking in any particular situation. And when they get that rapport, this guy can be deadly.
Fair enough.
My number 7 is Saquon Barkley. I want him to have a great year.
Yeah.
I really want because he deserves it.
Yeah.
I mean, he works his
He
ass
does.
off.
He does.
It's just the injuries are there.
They are there. It's hard to ignore.
Yeah, but I mean, I've never seen legs like that on a fucking man before, and he has such a low gravity. It's just, you understand why he has the potential of being the best running back in the league, and just running.
He really does.
And I don't know how well he'll be work. I don't know. Was he in his rookie season? Was he utilized in the passing game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that's gonna add a lot of fantasy value. I mean, if he stays healthy, I mean,
Exactly.
he could be a top 3.
Yeah.
He could be even.
He could. He very well could. He could.
Yeah.
I think he has that.
This is a boom or
football.
bust kind of pick right here.
Yeah, and I really want him to have a good season because he seems like a good dude.
I agree.
It's a total.
Paul.
I think I just went 7, started 7. So
No.
Yeah. So you have 8.
Yeah, you have no.
I started with 7.
Yeah,
with,
also started with 7.
Oh,
You're
right.
eight.
Okay. Mine is Saquon Barkley at 8, and he missed 14 games last year. Obviously, we all know about the ACL. There are kind of questions about him coming back. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think they're just being cautious, and it's understandable.
Same, yeah.
But he had 1,000 yards in each of his first 2 seasons in the NFL, which 1,000 yards rushing, it's no small feat. For a guy that wasn't on good teams in 2018, 2019, obviously second overall pick. I mean, this is a guy who really can break through. Like we said, we were just hoping that he can
we
stay
want
healthy.
him to have a good season because he can. If he has a good season, it's going to be a good season.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good season.
They got Kenny G out there. They got
True.
Yeah, they drafted Tooney out of Florida. Really interested to see how they use him. They picked up Kyle Rudolph. Who's a really good blocking tight end and could help bolster that running game.
Score some red zone touchdowns.
Just a little quick thing about our league. Do you think if it comes to a certain point where Saquon needs to be taken, do you think Troy will ever take him? Because Troy's had him the years.
I don't think Troy's going to take him.
I honestly don't.
Drop past the 10th or something. Like, okay, I guess I'll take Saquon.
I mean, that would be hard to pass up on.
Yeah, it's really hard to pass up on Saquon.
Especially of the potential of that year being one of the top. Yeah, that's.
I don't think he makes it past. Sean seems like a guy who would take Saquon.
Yeah. I could see that. Brian even. I could see him taking.
I think everyone besides Troy.
Yeah, Troy will not take Saquon.
He just doesn't
Troy, yeah. Which is fair.
My number 8, I have Antonio Gibson. I mean, with Fitzmagic adding to there, Terry McLaurin, that defense is gonna keep him off the field, and he's gonna have a lot of opportunities. And it's just I think this honestly, the Washington football team might do some work this year. I know that's kind of a controversial topic.
I don't think
but
so.
I mean, oh man,
I think that's a safe opinion, honestly.
They might make a little run there.
I think they will too.
They're making a run towards the end of the year.
They have Ron Rivera.
Yeah, who is that's
great coach.
Great coach.
I'm glad that he's cancer free.
Yeah.
Hopefully the 5-year mark and he can remain cancer free.
Yeah.
Really happy for him. But he's a great coach. This is a good offense. On their defense, we spoke about their defense, how dominant it is, and how many guys they have on that side of the ball. I believe it's like four first-round picks on the defensive line alone, which is just scary.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about Landon Collins last week, but yeah, it's a good team.
Yeah, it really is. And with my 8th, I literally. Well, he played in Memphis, I think, right? Gibson did.
Yep.
Yeah. So I saw his highlights, and I think it was literally labeled the title was Human Highlight Reel Antonio Gibson. I watched those, and I literally waited till the 10th round or later, and I drafted him to be a keeper, and it paid off because I do have him as a keeper option. I also have Diggs, so that'll be tough. But I mean, and I don't know who it was, I can't remember, but I saw an article that's saying that Gibson is going to be used. A lot.
Yeah, I did see that as well. That's why I put him there.
And so, I mean, it's hard not to put him in the top 10. With the year that he had last year, I can only see him getting better.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't see him going down from there. So I think, especially, he's a pass catcher too. Like I think that he's
gonna be utilized, and that I mean, so keep that defense is gonna keep. They're gonna be off the field a lot because they're gonna be able to stop
exactly.
teams.
It's gonna be a rushing battles and dump off pass, but screen pass battle. Like
Ron Rivera on the '85 Bear team, and what did they do? They ran the football with Walter Payton.
Yeah.
He knows what a good running back does.
So I really like Gibson in this.
So Paul started off with 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So at my number 9, I have Austin Eckler. Coming off the ACL tear. It's a little iffy, but I mean he's just production king. With Justin Herbert there, all that jazz. I mean that team is phenomenal, and I think he's just gonna add to it, and he's gonna have great fantasy production value. PPR wise, I mean he's not the what you want is running downhill as much.
But PPR wise, he's fucking.
PPR. He's gonna get those catches and yards, and
I'm not trying to take away from his running ability because he does have running ability, but his PPR.
No, but he's not what you think of when you think of like downhill running.
He's not Derrick Henry,
right?
You know, but
exactly.
He will receive the ball, and I think he's gonna bounce back this year, and it's hard not to believe it.
I agree. My number 9. It's hard to say because, like, I hate this team, but you can't deny that they're good. Cleveland Browns, Nick Chubb. I don't ever want to cheer for the Cleveland Browns ever, but you cannot deny Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
This dude came off of an injury, and it seemed like he was never hurt. Just fucking showed out with Kareem Hunt there as well, taking some of his time. Like, he makes the most of his fucking touches. He scores touchdowns. He makes plays. It's hard to deny the man. Like, it's hard to deny. Like, I know it's somewhat controversial because Hunt is there and, like, they have, like, a two-headed monster, but that it really didn't affect him.
Yeah.
It didn't affect either of them. They were just putting up points like crazy, so I can't deny it. I hate the Browns, but fuck, man.
If Odell stays healthy, Landry's just a PPR machine.
Yeah, they're a scary team. Their defense is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just getting better, too.
Ridiculous. So, yeah, Nick Chubb for number 9.
Oh, yeah. My number 9 is Antonio Gibson. He had 1,042 yards in total offense last year and 11 rushing touchdowns in 14 games. They didn't really utilize him as well as they could have last year, and I think they realize that. And they're going to bolster this offense by having him be an every down player. And you don't see many, like, 3-down players at the running back position anymore. But
very rare.
I mean, Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
But, like, this guy can be that I mean, he
100%.
he is bigger than a lot of people realize when you look at him.
It is, because the way he plays kind of like a smaller guy.
Yeah.
But he's not. He's really not. He's big. He is a big dude.
Yeah. And I mean, this is a consistent. This is gonna be a consistent dude. This is a guy that I'm looking at as kind of a breakout player this year.
I agree.
Well,
we're at 10.
Yep.
So my 10, we're not really changing much here. It's Austin Eckler. I mean, it's hard to deny his the PPR thing with that's his biggest thing with Austin Eckler is his PPR is he gets, there's so many plays. I guess who knows what changes with Anthony Lynn gone, but like it's hard to deny them. It's hard to not write plays for that man to run routes and catch the ball, because he's really good at it. Yeah. And then he can run the ball too. Like he's proven that he can run the ball as well. But the PPR is huge for that, and I think that puts him in the top 10 for me, over guys like Jonathan Taylor, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
Like that's the
Any little off your top 10.
Off my top 10, yeah. So I got Jonathan Taylor, Edwards-Helaire. And then Najee Harris. Najee Harris, the Steelers know how to use their running backs, man. And Najee Harris looks like he plays like Derrick Henry. Yeah. Like, that's scary. That's very scary.
And he catches balls out of the backfield, which is the reason why he was a first-round pick.
Yep. Yeah. So, and then sleeper-wise, like late, I think that the Lions are going to try and focus on this more. They have the offensive line to do it, and DeAndre is going to go higher. It's not DeAndre Swift. He's going to go a little bit higher. I think DeAndre will have a great year, but I think Jamal Williams is going to score touchdowns and be a great bench player if you need to use him as a very late pick. Yeah. I really do feel like Jamal Williams will be good, and then J.K. Dobbins because of his PPR.
Yeah.
That's it.
I like that. My 10 is Nick Chubb. He had 1,000. 67 yards, 12 rushing touchdowns in 12 games.
That's fucking ridiculous.
12 rushing touchdowns in 12. After that Cowboy game where he got hurt, he came back and was just monstrous.
That's insane.
Absolutely
12
monstrous.
games.
I love this guy. Honestly, I was kind of concerned with his injury history coming out of Georgia. When he was coming out of Georgia, I had him down on my draft board. I think if the Patriots could redo that pick, it'd be Nick Chubb instead of Sony Michel.
Oh yeah.
Because that guy he's monstrous. He really is.
It sucks though, because I don't even if they did draft him, I don't know. I don't think the Patriots would have even used him. Like the Browns use him so well too. Like they just know how to use him. It's. Who did they didn't draft Nick Chubb, right? No.
They did.
They did. Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought they traded for Kareem Hunt was what it was. Yeah. Okay.
No, they picked up Kareem Hunt because
he got
John Dorsey, who is no longer there.
He's with the Lions.
Ended up drafting him back when he was in Kansas City, and then got the.
That's okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
Any honorable mentions that you wanna just
help? So, I really like Najee Harris. Like. You go and you pick this guy in the first round, only running back to be taken in the first round this year, and there's a reason why he catches balls out of the backfield. He's very consistent. Steelers' offensive line, it's getting better.
No James Conner.
No anyone to take anything away from him.
He is the guy there.
I also like Jonathan Taylor. I want to see Carson Wentz back. Obviously, Quentin Nelson needs to come back. He's a huge part of that offensive line. And the offensive line can be the best offensive line in football.
Yeah.
And if Jonathan Taylor is used as a 3-down back like he was at Wisconsin, this is a scary dude.
It is.
So those are my two honorable.
I like it.
Okay. At my number 10, I have Nick Chubb.
Wow, we had the same people in the top 10, just different order. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, he just makes it look easy.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous when he breaks open and it's like, oh, there's a 50-yard gain.
Yeah.
Well,
any free space.
Just an action. It's just he just runs through his tackles, no problem.
You know what's crazy about him is that he doesn't say like anything. He's a quiet dude. Like they mic'd him up in 2019.
Insanity.
We have no footage.
The NFL Network was like asking people during the top 100, like, what do you think we got on him? his teammates were like, "Yeah, you probably got nothing." And they were right. He just sat there quietly. And
those are the best. Those are the best players, bro. You
Yeah.
know not to fuck with those guys, bro. They don't talk. They're into it, bro.
That's a bad man.
Yeah.
That's a bad
Like,
man.
I'll just let my fucking play show.
Yeah.
I'll just let my play talk for me, bro. That's so.
Yeah, I do like Najee Harris and Jonathan Taylor. I really like Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
I think he could
Jonathan
sneak
Taylor's
up.
my 11.
Yeah, I think he could sneak up.
Yeah.
Like, he has a very high ceiling.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift. I just want to add him in there. I mean, he's, he's going to go higher, and
He will be
right out of there.
I think he'll be a solid number 2 running back on a fantasy team this year. I do. They're going to.
If you're in a 10-team league and he's your number 2 running back, I'd feel pretty comfortable.
Me too.
On different teams, I mean, he could possibly break in the top 5 depending on the scheme.
He has talent.
Yeah, he has the ability to catch the ball in the backfield. A PPR potential monster.
Yeah.
Potential
PPR monster.
Yeah.
I mean, best running back coming out in 2020, and we got him in the second round.
Yeah, I think he's only gonna get better, especially with the coaching staff that he has. That's perfect for him.
Anthony Lynn, former running back.
Fucking Deuce State. What the fuck is his name? The running back coach.
Deuce McAllister.
Deuce McAllister. Yeah.
I believe
right?
former fullback.
Yeah, former fullback or some shit like that. Yeah. The dude from the Eagles, the coach. Yeah. That's who Dan Campbell said he wants to. Like he's next for head coach.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna get a head coach job somewhere. So that'll be nice for Swift to have some good coaches. Too.
Yeah.
Well, kind of wraps it.
Okay. Before we go, she's done.
Hey, yo, champ.
Oh, she's done.
She's done.
Our champion's asleep right now.
Our champion is
She
passed
doesn't even
the fuck out.
She doesn't even need to focus on the
She doesn't need to be focused because she has
The
3
belt's over there.
consecutive.
We can't touch the belt.
We can't touch the belt, but we can show you on this picture. So we got a route in 2015, and do you guys want to explain this?
So we got a championship belt made for our fantasy league. It's like an actual belt, you know. And it was shipped to one of the members in the league, Brian. And when as soon as the belt arrived, Brian sends us a picture of him wearing it on his shoulder.
Saying, "I hope this haunts your dreams."
Saying, "I hope this haunts your dreams," to all of us. We told Brian that because he sent this picture, you will forever be cursed. You don't ever wear that belt unless that belt is yours.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's been 5 years. Guess how many times Brian has won? Not once. 0. None. He is cursed and will forever be cursed until we get a new belt. I'm sorry, Brian, but that's just how it is.
It's how it
You
is.
fucked yourself.
Sorry,
you fucked yourself. You can never wear that belt if it's not yours.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, just pretty funny. And he's been in the championship.
He's been in the championship, but you know why he lost? Because he had that picture taken.
Yep.
It'll forever haunt his dreams.
Yep.
He wanted it to haunt our dreams. It'll forever haunt his dreams.
Yep.
Backfired.
Yep. That's the
best day of the fucking year is coming up, baby.
Oh god.
1 week away.
1 week, baby. 1 week. It's on. I'm getting my belt back.
Yeah. I'm getting my belt back.
Only when it.
Oh man.
Well, thank you guys for
good shit. Good shit. I'm very excited. I'm very
nice,
excited.
Yes. Very much so.
Love you, Flex. Did you hear that? Oh, I kind of.